Hi, this is Abhishek from Gadget Studios, and today we have Mr. Dr. Finbarr from Mediatek. He's the General Manager.
General Manager for International Sales and Marketing at Mediatek.
Okay. Nice to have you, sir.
Thank you very much. Good to be here.
We have some questions for you regarding the Mediatek strategy, especially for India. What kind of chipset offering you have as of now, and what kind of chipset offering you would like to provide in future, especially at what price point you would like to focus them, and with which partners you would like to have them in the market.
Okay. So thank you. It's good to be here. It's certainly a very exciting time for the mobile market in India. I've been coming now on a pretty regular basis for the last couple of years, and I've seen the transition and the growth of the market. I think for Mediatek, we talk about the way the market is evolving on a global basis, and I think this is particularly true also in India, where we see what we call the emergence of the new super mid market. And what we mean by that really is that historically I think the market has been seen as a low-end market and a high-end market. You know, sort of if I want to be, feature phones for emerging markets and, high-end smartphones for other markets. And we see this kind of changing over the next couple of years, and very, very quickly. To what we call the super mid. And the super mid is driven, I think, on one hand by the emergence of billions of people into the middle class in multiple markets like India, like Southeast Asia, like China in the next couple of years. And on the other hand, probably the elimination or reduction of device subsidies by operators at the high end, so pushing everyone to the super mid. So we see kind of the low end of that being around $79, the high end of that being about $399 price point. And I think our basic definition is that at the entry of that market, you should have the very good, very basic, first mobile smartphone experience. And at the high end of that, you really should be getting, all the bells, whistles, all the latest features, full multimedia, full modem technology. So that's kind of the range that we see, and that's how we see the market evolving over the next couple of years.
So if we actually talk about one of the most popular chipset from yours, which is the Mediatek 6589 chipset, quad-core one. So if that chipset still under production, can we expect to see that chipset at a more affordable price now when the octa-core is already there in the market and it will be rolling out by April, I guess?
Sure.
So what kind of price drop we can expect, or will it be more affordable after that?
Yeah. So thanks for bringing up the 6589. That was something we're very proud of. That was something we announced almost a year and a half ago now. I remember being here in India when we were talking about it. That was our first quad-core 3G smartphone and was quite a breakthrough product, I think, for us and for the industry. We got that product out with really new technology like the Cortex A7 CPU, 28 nanometer technology, really aggressive combination of features, and I think it was something that did very well for us. I think if you look at what we've done in 2013, we've subsequently launched an entry dual-core product, 6572. We also launched a second generation quad-core 6582. And we've now launched also, as you've mentioned, new octa-core and hexa-core products that kind of span the range of the smartphones from entry all the way up to kind of high-end 3G. I think to your question, the 6589 has done very well. Yes, it continues to ship, but more and more I think we're seeing new quad-core designs moving to our second generation quad-core platform. So I think strong success for the dual-core product in the entry segment, more and more growth of the 6582 second generation quad-core for kind of that mid-tier. And what's really exciting then is we're seeing the hexa-core and the octa-core products coming in at the high end of the range.
So the 6589 chipset will be discontinued after some time, or will it still remain in the market?
No, it still remains in the market. I'm just saying we've probably brought out a second generation that's probably a little bit more integrated, a little bit more cost effective, new features. That tends to be what's going to drive the roadmap for the new designs.
So talking about the latest chipset which was just revealed yesterday in India, which was the Mediatek 6591 chipset, the Hexa core one. So that chipset is right now available with only one partner. Any idea when we can expect that chipset to come in the Indian market, and what kind of hardware it has in comparison to the quad core one or in comparison to the octa core one which you have? How is that different, and when we can expect it to come to Indian market and what price it might be available at?
So we launched the 6591 recently. I think what was exciting was we had launched the quad-core products, and then late last year, end of 2013, we launched the octa-core products, and we saw a huge demand for those products. I think there's clearly a segment of the market and a number of consumers out there that really do appreciate not just the computing capability that something like an octa-core platform brings, but also the enhanced graphics, the enhanced multimedia, the better power consumption that we were able to enable with the new platform. So it's really about balancing all of those experiences. But we also saw that there was quite a big jump from the quad-core products to the octa-core products. So we did position the 6591 as a hexa-core, 6-core product in there. And it's, like it sort of sounds, it's positioned between the quad-core products and the octa-core products.
And it applies for the prices?
Yes. So our expectation, well, again, these things tend to be customer-specific decisions. So I think we will see ranges. We will see, for example, we will see customers taking hexa-core but maybe putting really nice high-end displays, maybe 5.5 inches, maybe more memory, and that might appeal to a consumer that is maybe less worried about computing power but maybe wants to bias more towards multimedia or display. On the other hand, we may see customers taking octa-core products and putting them in smaller form factor devices, maybe with less memory, but targeting a different segment. So I think you'll see overlaps in the device prices depending on the device features. But from a chipset perspective, yes, we position it between the quad-core and the octa-core.
When can we expect the hexa-core chipset to actually available in the market in India?
So I think the first customer launches were going to be next month in April. So we made some announcements this week, and we'll see those devices coming in the next couple of weeks, so very, very soon. So those are going to be shipping. I think, we made some announcements on the products, the octa-core late last year, the hexa-core more recently. So it'll take a little bit of time for more devices to show up, but I think you'll see more products.
So as of now, you have only one partner who is actually using the hexa-core chipset, which is Carbon.
Yep.
So which other partners do you consider, especially for this chipset, to be released in the market?
So we support all of our customers. And so we've made the product available broadly to the market. So we expect many of the customers, many of the partners to launch octa-core and hexa-core products going forward. I think it will depend on each customer what their product plans are, how their portfolio needs to look for the rest of this year. But I think we're optimistic about the demand or the consumer desire for those type of products.
So as of now, if I understand it correctly, right now you don't have any chipset, the Mediatek chipset, which is available in the market, which supports the 4G frequencies in India. But you plan to bring those chipsets as well. So if you can talk about it, like what kind of pricing we can expect for that, because again Mediatek is actually very well known for very affordable chipset phones which are very good value for money, because the chipset price is such that the manufacturer or the OEM who is actually taking a chipset and giving it in their phone, they actually make their phones available in the market at a very nice price point.
Yeah.
So can we expect the same scenario happening in the 4G chipset which will come from you, and when can we expect that?
Yeah. I think if you look at Mediatek's history, we've done this in 2G. We certainly did this in 3G over the last couple of years, and our plans of course are heavily focused on 4G LTE going forward. I think the real approach here is that it's a combination of the Mediatek innovation in terms of the technology and what we integrate into our chipsets, but also the Mediatek innovation in the software solution, the total system solution that we deliver to our customers, that ultimately makes it easier for our customers to bring devices to market quicker, less engineering effort needed, shorter time to market. That's what really, all of that together is what really reduces the overall total cost of ownership of getting from the chipset to a device for the consumer. So that model has worked for us in 2G feature phones. It's worked for us the last couple of years in 3G smartphones with significant success. I fully expect we'll do, and it will be successful for us in 4G LTE as we go forward. We've made a number of announcements of products for 4G LTE. So in the last couple of months, we've been much more promoting some of the new products that are coming for 4G LTE. And there we've also talked about a range of products.
Can you give us an idea about any kind of price range for the 4G chipset which we can expect to come into the market?
I think it's too soon to talk about that, because I think those kind of numbers depend on the device configurations that our customers decide to put into the market.
But they will be affordable?
Yeah, I mean, we've announced a range of products. We certainly have high-end flagship premium platforms for LTE, octa-core, super octa-core, with really beautiful multimedia capabilities, 4K, 2K, high-end displays. Those are obviously targeting more the premium part of the market in terms of LTE.
So if I listen to you clearly or rightly, you just said super octa-core. So
yeah.
After the octa-core, we will have a chipset named super octa-core.
Well, it's maybe my term, but that is an octa-core, but we use the big little architecture. Okay. So it's 4 big cores, 4 little cores, whereas our existing octa-core today is 8 of the same cores.
So what does this one called?
The product we've announced a few weeks ago is called MT6591. So it's kind of a flagship LTE SoC product.
How does these big cores and little cores actually coordinate with each other for the processing unit?
It's very much the same architecture for the multi-core processing as we've already been productizing in our existing octa-core. It just means that you have 4 cores that are bigger. By bigger, I mean more capable computing, more performance, also higher power consumption. And then you have 4 cores that are the same little cores that we've been using. And you just use the big or the little or any combination of them to match the computing load.
So last question again, without naming your competitors are also coming with budget chipset in the market. And some of those chipsets, or 1 or 2, are actually kind of very popular these days in the market. They're able to sell some phones with that kind of a chipset in the market pretty well. So what do you think about that?
Well, I mean, this is a big market, right? There's always competition, and there's certainly a lot of competition in this market. Honestly, we just stay focused on our products. We stay focused on making sure we are true to our mission of delivering inclusive technology. If we stay focused on that, if we stay focused on delivering the right products, if we stay focused on making sure that our customers and their customers, ultimately the consumer, gets the best experience from those products, we think we'll be successful. So that's what we do every day.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.